The Israeli currency, the shekel, continuing to weaken, now at its lowest rate against the U.S. dollar since 2020. It comes amid rapidly rising inflation and warnings that the country's ongoing judicial overhaul could negatively impact the economy. On Monday, the Bank of Israel deciding to raise the interest rates by 0.5% to 4.25% total. It was the 8th consecutive time the central bank had raised the rates in the last 10 months since the Bank of Israel's Monetary Committee began raising the rates in April of 2022. Let's bring in Chen Herzog, the chief economist at BDO Israel, joining us live in studio this afternoon. Thank you so much for being with us. Economics are hard to understand for a lot of people. So can you simplify for us what exactly is going on with the Israeli currency and why it's continuing to decline?
So we are clearly seeing the effect of the judicial reform on the Israeli economy, and we're starting to take a hit here. What really means is the shekel is devaluation because more people are selling shekels and buying dollars and foreign currency. It's a signal that money is going out of the country or less foreign investing entering the country. So it's a signal that the global economy and also the global economy increases the risk factor of the Israeli economy, of the Israeli shekel, and money moving out of the country.
A new poll by Channel 13 suggesting that 17% of Israelis are considering taking their funds out of the country. What would that mean for the economy and for the inflation rate of the country as a whole if citizens, 17% of the population, were to move their funds to abroad?
So when money with shekel moves abroad, it means that the shekel gets weaker and weaker, and we will see further devaluation. If that happens, we will see further devaluation of the shekel. We can recall that Citigroup Bank last week warned that this process can lead to devaluation of the shekel up to 3.95 shekels per dollar. So it's a clear concern, and it's a concern particularly at this time when we have inflations of fears of inflation, because when the shekel devaluates, it means that everything in Israel that we buy from abroad gets more and more expensive because we have to pay more in shekel terms for the imported goods, for the fuel, for the electricity. So in this sense, in a period that in any case we are in a period of high inflation, and the Bank of Israel already increased the interest rate for the 8th time last week, the concern is that further devaluation will force the Bank of Israel to further increase interest rate, which further hurts the economy. It slows down the economy. It makes mortgage payments and interest payments more expensive. So it's a hit on the economy.
And we talked a little bit about how the country's judicial overhaul is weakening the economy. But for those who don't understand, how do you tie the two together?
So, you know, economics and investment is a sensitive or involves a lot of trust. And when international organizations invest in Israel, invest money in Israel, they want assurance and they want to reduce the risks. And this reform is associated with an increased risk of the Israeli economy. We know that the global rating agencies like S&P and Fitch already warned that this reform could result in the decrease of Israel country's credit rating. And all this is translated to higher risk. Higher risk is translated to less investments.
Chen Herzog, the chief economist at BDO Israel, live in studio with us this afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you.